Hello everybody, it's ProfesorRich, and here we're going to talk about giving your opinion in slightly more complex ways. And we're live streaming and there hasn't been any technical problems whatsoever. This is definitely not the third time that I've started. So we're going right into this. We're going to discuss some spicy topics. What's a spicy topic, Gus? I'm using very colloquial language there. It's a bit too colloquial, isn't it, really? Spicy topics. Spicy topics. Any comments on that? What's a spicy topic? It's topics which you season with your food. I imagine that's a joke. That's obviously totally wrong. So spicy topics, we're talking like hot potatoes. I'm talking kind of American sometimes now. I'm like potatoes rather than potatoes. Hot potatoes. Hot potatoes. Controversial topics. Okay. So spicy topics, hot potatoes. If you're easily offended, then don't watch this video. Actually, please do watch this video. If you've started watching, please watch this video. I need your watch time. You don't have to. You can just leave the video running. Go make yourself a cup of coffee. That's fine. Let's get that watch time up. So we're going to listen to someone else giving their opinion. We're going to look at the language, look at more language. We're going to practice, and then we're going to reflect. And Gus is there in the channel to be our student, to be our what you call it? What test subject was it? Ugh, my God, my brain isn't working. Damn it. Okay, let's move on. So here's some debate topics, some spicy topics we might say here. Okay, should terminally ill patients have a right to end their life? Oh, look at that. Gus is giving me vocabulary now. Guinea pig, yes, but you've misspelt it. Nice try, though. Nice try. Good one. Should suicidal patients have a right to die? And should we be allowed to design our unborn babies? Today's class is an advanced topic for advanced students, and these are some advanced debate topics. So, Gus, you got any strong opinions on any of those? And even if you haven't got a strong opinion, how would you express in English that you don't have a strong opinion? Now, for you people at home, I'm just going to give you about another 10 seconds. 10, 20 seconds to think about that. Pause the video if you want. Nice. Look at that vocab we've got coming from star student Gus. He said, I'm on the fence, which means, all right. Yeah, that looks correct to me, Gus. Now I'm on record saying that. So I hope it is. Yeah, looks right. All right. So we got a bit of a listening, actually. So we're going to listen to someone expressing their opinion. Someone expressing of their opinion, and I just want you to think about what question are they talking about, and what do they think, and why do they think it? Okay, we ready for this? Watch this. I've got a new thing here. Hang on, where is it? Here. Okay, let's try this. Right. So obviously this is a bit of a thorny issue, to say the least. But, you know, I'm somewhat of a libertarian myself anyway, so my particular opinion is always going to land somewhat on that side. And with respect to this question, so terminally ill patients having a right to end their life. I mean, for me, I'd say yeah. I think that quite simply why, I mean, put the question another way. Why should someone have the right to keep someone alive when they don't want to be kept alive? If someone's suffering so much and they don't want to live anymore, why do you have the right to make them continue to suffer? So that would be the way that I would put it, perhaps. And I understand there are different arguments. Someone might mention about how, well, who's the one who gets to decide whether a patient is terminally ill, and how do we acknowledge that this patient is corpus mentis, so to speak, that they have the ability to make the decisions. Nevertheless, I think that those issues can be settled, and I think all that aside, ultimately I would say it's an infringement on someone's rights to actually say to them that they have to continue suffering rather than to end that. So that's my opinion on that. All right. So that was indeed my opinion on that. Gus picked up on the thorny issue. Yeah, bit of a thorny issue. It means you can get thorned. Well, you might hurt yourself if you get a bit too close to this issue. So that's right. I was talking about people having the right to end their life, and the speaker in the audio was talking about that. And what was their opinion? Or what did they think? Did they agree or? Yeah, why do others get to decide? So the speaker seemed to think that people should be able to have the right to end their life, but other people should not have the right to force them to live. Right? So there you go. We're going to do another one of these, and then we're going to have a look at some vocabulary. So we've got another one here, same question. Which question are they talking about? What do they think? And why? Let's get into it. Well done, Gus, by the way, for mining that vocabulary. Gus is using a technique called vocabulary mining, whether he knows it or not, which is where you listen to something and you pick out certain phrases and you start to think, hey, what's that? What's that? Right? And this really helps to expand your vocabulary. Okay. All right. So I think this one's a bit of a nuanced one, to be perfectly honest. Should we allow our babies to be designed, for us to be able to design our babies? Now, should someone, for example, I mean, there's a whole range of things that you need to consider, aren't there? Because there's a whole range of possibilities here. We could talk about actually designing every aspect of what that person is going to be like, how intelligent, what they look like. Now, I would almost certainly say that is going a bit too far. Well, it's going way too far, really. So, I definitely wouldn't go along with that. However, what if we also consider at the other side? What if we consider the case where, your wife has been told by the doctors, or your girlfriend, or whatever, has been told by the doctors that your baby is going to definitely be born with a genetic disorder, which would seriously impair their quality of life. However, there is a genetic corrective surgery. What about that? Well, in my particular opinion, I think that's absolutely fine. Maybe that's a little bit of, maybe I'm sort of twisting the question a little there. It's not quite the same question, but I think that one, yes. And then let's get on to kind of more overall traits, like determining the gender of the baby. Should you be able to choose to have a boy or a girl? In fact, they already do this. Without using genetic engineering. They use a technique which sort of doesn't use genetic engineering, let's say. I don't want to go into details. So is that okay? Well, we're doing it already. I'm kind of tempted to be against it, to be honest, but I'm a little bit on the fence. I think it's a bit of a tricky one, and I don't have anything concrete to kind of conclude on that. That's sort of where my opinion lies. All right, so we had that expression there, being on the fence. That came up in that one, didn't it? And Gus has rightly pointed out that it talks about designer babies. Speaker seems to be on the fence. Fantastic. Great. Any thoughts, or you want some vocab? Right, too slow. Let's go. Vocab. Okay. So these are all phrases that were in the listening. I'm just going to make that one like that, so it couldn't potentially be something else. So let's have a look at those missing words. Can you remember what those missing words were? I don't think I'm going to listen again. If you're watching the video at home, then you could go back and listen to the audio again if you need. If you want to, you can pause the video now and have a look at those. And there's going to be spoilers now coming from Gus as he goes through them. So for me, I'd say yeah. You might need a bit more with this one, eh? Yeah, no problem. No problem. I didn't expect you to be focusing on the form at all. Normally, if you were doing this in a class, we would probably listen again to focus on the form. But we're not going to do that here because it's online class. You can go back in the video if you want to listen again. So I'm going to reveal those. That's fine. I think that quite simply, that'd be the way that I would put it. And so that's my opinion on that. Okay. So there's any new ones there for you? Just think about that. Do you like any of them? If you like one of them, brilliant, right? If you like one of them, comment below the video, like the video, and also put it in your vocabulary notebook. All right. So there they are again. And moving on, in audio 2, we had some different ones. This time we can see all the words, but they're not in order. This is one of Gus's least favorite activities. So it involves reordering the words. And if you're watching at home, you can pause the video now, and then we'll give you the answers in just a moment. So here comes some. Well, Gus is 100% correct here. I'd almost certainly say that's a good idea. I'd almost certainly say that we should allow people to do this. I'd almost certainly say that we shouldn't, under any circumstances, allow this. Right. Nope. Nice try, though. Nice try, Gus. Not quite, though. You're just slightly missing the order of the adverb there. I definitely wouldn't go along with that. So, bit of a weird thing with would, wouldn't, and will, won't. That the place you put these adverbs of degree changes. If it's positive, we actually put it here, like I definitely go along with that. But when it's negative, we put it there. I definitely wouldn't go along with that. All right. And then let's just go on to the answers there. Note kinda and sorta. That's the correct pronunciation. However, it's not really good form to write like that yet. Maybe in 20 years when the Oxford English Dictionary catches up with the real world. Or what's the American one? Macmillan's or something. But for now, they consider this bad form to write kinda and sorta. It should be kind of, sort of. Why? Don't know. Silly. Allow the contraction. Come on. It's how we say it. It's how everyone writes it on the internet. Why are we delaying with that? So there's some more phrases. Again, think about which you like. Now, so far, we haven't really had anything too spectacular, have we? So why don't we have a listen to some real mind-blowing ones? So we're going to listen to this audio. It's a short audio. It's just phrases. Okay. And I'd like you to write the missing words. So you can see the phrases there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Listen and write the missing words that you hear on the audio. All right. So I will start the video in 5 seconds. And then, the audio. I'll start the audio in 5 seconds. And then you could pause the video after each one, or you can pause the video at the end. All right, so let's go. Number 1. That is the most bloody ridiculous thing I've heard all year. Number 2. I mean, that has to be one of the most illiberal things I've ever heard. Number 3. I think we're going to have to sit on the fence on this one. Number 4. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to be 100% against that idea. I really do not think we should do that. Number 5. To be perfectly honest, I have an absolute conviction that we shouldn't do that. I am totally convinced that it's a bad idea. Okay, so I'm going to reveal chats in a moment, and you'll see Gus's answers, which are pretty good, almost correct. The answers are coming in 3, 2, 1. So there we have Gus's answers there. Pretty good. I didn't want to pause the video. That's okay, Gus. My comments to pause the video are for people watching the video after on the channel. So let's see what we got here. Number 1, that's the most bloody ridiculous thing I've heard all year. That's to be one of the most liberal things I've ever heard. I think I'm going to have to sit on the fence on this one. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to be 100% against that idea. I really do not think we should do that. Let's make sure clear. Again, goner. The pronunciation is goner. However, writing goner is currently not considered to be correct writing, or not strictly correct. It's very colloquial, but that will change. It will change. Number 5. To be perfectly honest, I have an absolute conviction that we shouldn't do that. I am totally convinced that it's a bad idea. Yeah. Brilliant. Any questions? Any comments, Gus? Are there any of those that you particularly like? Would you use any of those? They're quite strong, but maybe they're a little bit less frequent than some other things we say. I think I'm going to have to sit on the fence on this one. Yeah, I like adding on this one as well. On this one, I think I'm going to be on the fence. You know, on this one, I have to say I'm going to be on the fence. Yeah, I'm going to sit on the fence. All right. So now it's your opportunity to practice those phrases, particularly for the people watching the video. You can have a look and maybe give your opinion on some of these things. And I've just got some thorny issues here to practice those phrases. So we've got the first one. Should there be an age limit on driving? Now, the age limit on driving varies from country to country, but I think almost all countries have one. Maybe there are some that don't. There are some states in the United States where you can drive at 12, I believe. In the UK, it's 17. An age limit on driving. Yeah. I mean, I think probably, my personal opinion is that probably there should be an age limit. Probably should be. But what do you guys think? Gus doesn't like to give his opinion on these thorny issues, I think. Oh, quite simply, there should be an age limit on driving. Brilliant. Excellent use of the vocabulary. So if you're watching the video, just do what Gus did then, except use the vocabulary and type it in the comments. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of other issues to discuss. In another world where we had more than one student in the live chat, then we could have a real interesting conversation about this. Unfortunately, not today, but one day. Oh yes, one day. Right, so there's some other interesting ones. Should it be mandatory to take care of your aging parents? Ooh, thorny. And here's a few more. Sorry, I should announce that, shouldn't I? So, gonna go to the next page. Pause the video if you want to still read them. Okay, next page. Dong. So here's some more. Personally, I feel quite strongly about some of these. I could quite easily go on a bit of a rant about definitely number 1. I could really have a rant about that. I have pretty strong opinions on number 2. Not that strong, actually. Number 1, I really have a strong opinion. Number 3, that's thorny. Whew. I don't think I can give my opinion on that one as a professional language teacher. Having a rant's not my strong suit. Fair enough. Fair enough. It actually is kind of my strong suit. I try not to do it too much these days, actually, to be honest. Well, the light is going crazy here. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So, any comments on that? Comment down below the video. Try to use the vocabulary from today. Bit of reflection. What's your favourite new expression from today? Is there one that you particularly like? One that you might adapt yourself? Gus has already said that he likes the fence one. Me too. I'm going to sit on the fence on this one. It's good. It's not a silly idiom that isn't used. It's actually something that is used. So, wonderful. And here's some homework. So write your short opinion on 3 spicy topics from today's class in the comment section down below. I will correct any mistakes because I'm desperate for comments. So I will correct mistakes if you write your opinion down below. And now we would be on to question time, which Gus, being the super advanced student that he is, never has any questions. Not true, actually. You asked me a question the other day you asked me a question the other day that was quite interesting. Any questions on your mind, Gus, that I can help you with? Dare I go full screen zoom? Oh, look, it's cut half my head off. Oh, Jesus. There we go, look at that. So, Gus, any questions? No questions. Well, thank you very much for being the guinea pig student. And thank you very much, everybody, for watching the video this far. Like and comment. Currently, I'm doing, well, let me tell you where we are. We're in August. It's currently August 2021. So if you're watching this video and it's still around about that time, my current schedule is new videos on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. BST and Sundays at an undetermined time. I'm experimenting with different time, but Wednesdays and Sundays every week we're going to have new videos, and I can even talk about the videos we have coming up. Why not? So videos we have coming up. we have on Wednesday, we've got British English spoken contractions. So we had some of that today. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Wants the tryna. Okay. Gonna. All that stuff. So British English spoken contractions on Wednesday. On Sunday, we've got everyone's favourite, British versus American English. What's the difference? All right. Not the most comprehensive way that I could do it, but I think pretty comprehensive. More than just, the accent or a couple of words or whatever. And then on next Wednesday, which is August the 15th, then we've got how to make and start conversations in English, and also how to continue conversations. A lot of cultures, they don't have things like small talk, and it's difficult to continue conversations. Also, if you're an introvert like myself, I am naturally an introvert, but I've worked as a language teacher for a long time, so I don't particularly act like an introvert now, but naturally I'm an introvert. So using techniques to start and make conversation can be quite interesting for introverts. Finally, Gus says burgers versus tea. Tea, obviously. Burgers are good though. I mean, the thing about burgers is it's a safe option most of the time. If you go to a place and you don't know what's a good thing to have, and it's like a pub food, then burgers normally pretty safe. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I will catch you next time. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye.